Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yeep. Yeah, okay.
Andy is so just like, what have I got myself into?
I'm sorry.
He's like,
I know in your days podcasts were called radio shows.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Humans on the Internet. We are keeping that bit in.
Okay.
That is just amazing, Laurie. I love that so much. Hello, welcome to the first episode of Humans on the Internet. This is going to be a weekly podcast. There usually won't be this many of us, but there will be another familiar face. Unfortunately, his internet is messing up today, so we are missing one Liam Catterson. But welcome to everybody who's watching. I think the last count, it was 86 subscribers. Woo! For
We're
those
at 93! Sorry.
For those of you who don't know who some of us are, who any of us are, and you've just stumbled across this, I do apologize. I'm Alex. So if anyone wants to introduce themselves.
I'm Anthony.
Brianna!
I'm Lauren.
I'm Simon.
And just in case you don't speak the volume at which dog's here, that was Brianna. Sorry, I love that. But yes, this is a podcast that we're going to be doing weekly. Usually there'll only be three of us at a time. And we're going to mix it up and interchange people, and we'll try and keep at least one person on per week, just so that you have someone to flow over into the next one with, if you want to stick around for any of that. But I suppose we should get started. The reason we're doing this, I don't know if Lauren, you want to explain a little bit about why we're doing this podcast today?
Yeah, sure. So every November, there is an event called Extra Life, which is where gamers come together to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals across North America. And we have participated for the past 3 years, but this year we managed to raise $7,000. And one of our stretch goals was to finally start a podcast together. So this all comes out of the amazing charity that everyone who donated brought about. So we're going to be doing that again this year, of course. But yeah.
Was it me, or was this year really hard? Like,
it was really hard.
I don't know if anyone else. I struggled, and like the last 6 hours for me were just.
Oh, I thought you meant the whole year in general. I was like, well, yeah, 2020.
No,
that's true too.
That's fair.
Yes.
That's fair. That's really
Both?
fair.
Both
But
is
not
good.
not to date the podcast, but yes, that is very fair.
No, I think
agree with
all
you
of the
100%.
all of the excitement from like the first even 30 minutes, I think just sucked the life out of the final 6 hours of the fucking live stream.
Because I think on the final 6 hours, because I know Lauren and Liam, you sort of jumped ship a little early because you weren't feeling too well. Although no, you were sort of tired, if I recall.
I was exhausted.
Yeah, you hadn't slept the night before.
Made himself ill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
it
our
was.
dearest Anthony kept on going on even though he tapped out too.
He did tap out.
He
did
tapped
tap
out on
but
screen.
He tapped out on camera.
Screen.
Listen,
Oh.
there's a certain level of talent that you have to fall asleep 2 seconds after you ask a question.
Could we
You,
put that
and
clip
it's
in
still
the
embarrassed.
podcast? I know I'm
Yeah,
well, you
asking a
would-
lot here, but do we have a copy of that clip that we could
We
show
definitely
people?
have a copy of
I
that
got you.
clip.
It's not really audio friendly, but we can definitely edit it.
I'll
yeah, I
narrate
got
it.
it.
Anthony's awake, asleep. 3 minutes of this, he's awake again. He's back to sleep. He's awake.
Good luck editing that one in.
Yeah.
I got it.
There you go.
I got it.
I hope you audio listeners, if there are any, are extremely thrilled by that.
Power of imagination.
I know.
Imagination.
Speaking of imagination, I'm going to use that as a segue because I figured we could start with maybe our dreams. We have little sections coming up, guys, and our first one is going to be talking about what we've been dreaming about. So, speaking of imagination, how's everyone's imagination been treating them in the evening? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught that on.
You walked right into that one, buddy.
It's one of those kind of podcasts then.
It is definitely going to be one of those kind of podcasts. Yeah. It was great for me because I could just, along with all of you guys staring at me, there was about probably like every listener going, Wow, what a long pause. Is it meant to be an advert here or something? L'Oreal, because you're worthless. I don't know.
Recently, like this week, not so much, but I have a dream that I can talk about. She's got a dream. She's got a dream. I can talk
No,
about
you can't
that,
sing.
Copyright claim.
Fuck! Bleep this out, Brianna.
Play the Benny Hill theme. Go.
Bleep this out, Brianna. No, but I got one that I had like a long while ago that I don't remember all of it, but its impact left an impression. But I'll say that later.
Okay.
If someone else wants to go.
So you opened up, you introduced your dream, and then said,
Just
"I'll
pass
talk
it
about
on.
it later."
It's just a cliffhanger.
Exactly. Leaves the viewer wanting
There's
I'll go
5 of us
first.
for you. Gotta move it along.
more. Okay, fine. So this dream, like I had in high school, and the only reason it's left an impact was because of the repercussions after. I don't remember too much of. Hold on. I don't remember too much of like what happened in the dream, but the main gist. Imagine high school Bree. She's in her room in her bunk bed. She's on the bottom bunk and Brittany's on the top bunk, and I'm in a relationship with Zach at the time, and I don't remember exactly what happened in the dream, but basically his best friend at the time, Austin, he like confessed that he had a huge crush on me, and I got so freaked out that I like jolted awake. And I was like, no! And I screamed and I smacked my head on the top of the top bunk and I knocked myself out again.
Just for the audio audience, we all cringed at the moment she said she headbutted the bed and knocked herself back.
I like launched myself out of my bed, knocked myself out, and I guess because Brittany woke me up, because she woke up to me screaming and heard the thunk, and she just leaned over the bed. She's like, Brianna? And she had to crawl over just to make sure I wasn't dead.
The worst fear of a twin. Having to crawl out of your bunk bed to check that your other half is alive.
Basically. That was the only dream that I could like think of that I could talk about. And I don't even remember most of it. I just remember that and just almost killing myself.
How low were the bunk beds? Because I'm trying to imagine now how tall bunk beds are supposed to be. Do you
They're
have
not.
enough room?
They're not tall.
They're not that tall.
Ah.
No, not at all.
Is it just in the movies that they always depict them as enough space for you to actually sit down upright in?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. There was a bunk bed in a house we rented on vacation once, and I was already like 18 at the time, so like full adult. And I was supposed to sleep on the bottom bunk, and it was so small I could not fit my body into it fully. So I had to sleep on the couch for the entire time we were on vacation.
When I lived with my mum a long while back now, and I was a kid, we had a bunk bed, and but my bunk bed was really weird. It only had one. It was a bunk bed, but it was just a ladder to a bed. Why we didn't just put the bed on the floor, I will never know. I guess it was for space or whatever. And I remember once, sort of in vein of Bree's story, I was walking in or something, and I remember seeing my sister and her best friend. Bear in mind, I was like 6 or 7. They were no. It was worse than that, guys.
With this story,
wait.
It's one of those podcasts.
Oh,
No,
In the evening, was it?
guys? It's so much worse. They were on my bed, on the bunk bed. I could see them through the little glass window above the door, ripping the heads off my Digimon.
that's such a different direction.
I know. So they were ripping the heads off my Digimon. So I was like, no, I'm not having this. I grabbed a trainer and I threw it at the window because we had windows above the doors. Don't ask me why. Whoever thought that was a good idea. So I threw the trainer at the window.
Is it a greenhouse?
It's not a greenhouse, no. Although we did live next to someone next to Mr. Green, but I digress. So I threw this trainer at the window and it bounced off. I was like, that didn't do it. So I grabbed a candle, which really set me up for later life. I grabbed a glass candle and launched it through, covered them in glass, but they never fucked with my Digimon again. And that is the moral of the story.
That's what you know. That's how you know you live with siblings.
Yes.
I have a few fucking stories like that too, where like, oh god, my sisters were fucking tyrants, but there's 2 of us because me and Brittany ganged up on the other 2, so it was at least we had an even fight. Oh god, what was it? I think we were fighting over like the PlayStation, and I think Vanessa like ripped out one of the controllers, and I think I took the TV remote and turned it off and threw it at her, and then she never took the game controller away from me ever again. Because I clocked her right square in the forehead.
So dreams.
Yeah, dreams.
Dreams can come true. No shit, copyright. Benny Hill theme. It's gonna be a recurring thing on this podcast.
All right, who's next?
I think Simon's talking, but he's muted.
I am muted. I do that sometimes. I have two. I had one that I had this week, which wasn't. It was weird. It wasn't necessarily consequential. For those of you who don't know, we're all big D&D fans. We all play D&D together. We have 2 campaigns that we play in. One run by myself, one run by Alex. And basically, my dream was that I was part of the Critical Role crew. So we were sat down, Matt Mercer, everyone else, playing a game of in-person D&D, but it was Alex's campaign. And I had a little Quinlan miniature, which is my character in that. And Matt Mercer was the DM. And it was just so bizarre. I woke up the next day thinking, what messages is that my brain sending me?
I think it's that you subconsciously want to date Matt Mercer.
Who doesn't?
That's true.
I don't like the direction this podcast is taking. Stealing my D&D game and my boyfriend. I'm not sure about this. I don't.
101 subscribers.
We passed the 100 sub mark.
We have done nothing to deserve this. Oh man. Weird dreams. Okay, so I was going to tell one of my own, but I actually have a better one than that. So my friend Nat, she's going to be really angry that I mentioned her on this, but I remember when I used to pick her up from work and take her to work, and because she could drive, and she got in the car one day and she just slammed the door and she went, "I'm not happy with you." And I went, "Why?" And she was like, "Because yesterday you were telling me how to do my job." I was like, "What? What remember?" She was like, "You were telling me how to do purchase ledger." I know how to do purchase ledger. I'm like, "I don't think I was. Like, I don't think that was something I did." And then she goes, "Oh, maybe I dreamt it then." And she was legitimately angry with me over something she dreamed about. And I was like, "But I didn't do it." And she's like, "I know, I just feel annoyed." And I was like, what am I meant to say in this situation?
Just say you're sorry.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way
sorry.
forward.
I was drunk. It was someone else's imagination. What do you want me to do about it?
I feel that though, because for the longest time I've had very, not really lucid dreams, but just very vivid dreams, and just about the most ordinary things, so that when I wake up I can't remember if it was a dream or if it was a memory, because it's just be like the smallest thing, like, oh, I remember that I did the dishes, and then I will go and I'll look and I did not do the dishes, and it basically just serves to make me even dumber than I already am.
Jeez, this took a twisted turn I wasn't expecting.
You can't talk, Mr. Threw a glass candle at my sister.
He was ripping the heads off my Digimon. I don't want to talk.
I haven't had any particularly new dreams this week, but I have had a recurring dream since college, because I was an English major, and I was a procrastinator. And so this was born out of very real events, but I constantly have dreams that there is an essay due that I have not written, and I'm going to fail all of my classes, which seems very ordinary until I tell you that I did that like 3 times in college, where I'd go into class and everyone would be turning in papers, and I'm like, "What are you turning in?" It's like, "Our essay, it's due today." And I'd be like, "Oh no." So I would spend that night staying up till like 8 a.m. writing an essay.
Oh God. And I mean, that is, I mean, I to bounce back on that one. I've had dreams where I'm in school again. Like I'm 25. I'm almost 26. I haven't been in school for like almost 10 years now. Like it's that ridiculous, and I'm still having dreams about I don't know where my classrooms are, and I'm just walking around school aimlessly. And because I went to 2 different high schools, they've just merged into one in my dream. So there's like a bit of this one, bit of that one. It's like bloody Hogwarts with all the stairs going across. That's great.
But they weren't
scars
dreams.
you psychologically more than anything else.
Yeah, I fear the people who say they enjoyed school.
Me too.
I kind of did enjoy school, though.
See what I mean?
See, that just proves our point.
You've disproved nothing.
But I mean, I understand everyone has a different experience, but you know, I did kind of enjoy it. So don't be scared. Thank you, Brie.
I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry.
Anthony, have you had any weird dreams this week?
Not really. Okay, so here's the thing. I rarely dream. Like, I'm not a dreamer. I rarely ever dream. And I want to say maybe like 2 weeks ago, I had a dream about our D&D game that we play on Saturdays, Force Fire. And I didn't remember this until last night. And it freaked me out a little bit. So I had a dream where the character that I play, Valor, he was trying to learn a specific spell, right? And before he can learn the spell, him and Cassie died in a fight. And the Cassie is Alex's character. And Lauren and Mark's character didn't handle the permanent deaths well. And you know, they Bree's character kind of went back to old ways. Lauren's character started hating the world. We ended up playing and we shifted into like an evil campaign after that. And yeah, when I remembered that last night, it freaked me out. I was just like, are you fucking serious?
You foresaw the future?
Because for context, for anyone who doesn't watch our D&D games, those exact 2 characters just died last night.
Spoilers.
We don't know if they're coming back. We don't know if they're coming back. So
no idea.
I've made my new character.
I have not.
I'm done.
I don't know.
So, in other words, you had a premonition. That's
I hope not. I hope not.
Well, you know what? This segment's going to be a great way of keeping track.
Yeah, for real.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
We come back next week and we're like, yep, they're dead. And we're now in an evil campaign. We now know that whatever you dream that week is going to happen.
Oh, God.
So, you know, we
lottery.
We can rename the segment.
You've walked the earth long enough that you might have picked up some eldritch powers along the way.
Didn't want to say that maybe when he thought it was a dream, it could have just been that, you know, the memory playing tricks and it was just last night.
Yeah,
he was thinking of it as a dream. It happened.
I was gonna say, it's like, he doesn't dream that much, Mike. It might be the dementia. I don't know, man.
Anthony, just for context, if you don't follow us all, Anthony is the oldest here by, I think, a year, and thus we treat him as an old age pensioner at all times.
To be fair, he's fallen asleep on stream.
To be fair, so has Dylan.
He specifically told us that he did not know what the word yeet means.
I can't help you with that one, buddy, I'm afraid.
It's fine. Yeah. It's all right. I've accepted it.
We're not just picking on Anthony just to be cruel. There is a specific purpose. It's because he's the oldest.
Yes.
And the oldest always gets picked on.
Yes, I've accepted it.
That's it. Okay, so just as a little bit of a quick segue, I want to talk about something that also takes a lot of imagination, but a lot less than dreaming, and that is a game that we all like to play called Minecraft. Now, we have our own Minecraft server. It's not public for anyone else, so these stories, you won't have heard them probably before. But this week, I wanted to hear a story that I was evolved in only by being in range. But then again, so were most of the participants of this story. So, Brianna, if you would like to walk us through the great chicken incident of Minecraft on what happened this week on Minecraft.
Okay, thanks, Alex. It was okay. I want to preface this. This was 100% an accident. Like
a preventable accident.
I didn't know it could happen.
If people read the information, the rules, and the manuals,
it didn't even say it, and it didn't say it in the crafting table. Anyway, okay, so in our Minecraft server, we have a few different mods. We have like a lightsaber mod, we have like a dragons mod, we have a shit ton of mods, and the recent
we have
a lot of mods, and the most recent mod that we added was the Angels mod. So Weeping Angels, like in Doctor Who, where like the Weeping Angels, that if they touch you, they will teleport you randomly throughout the world, and it can be in either dimension. So it could be the Nether, it could be the End, it could be in the Undergarden, which is another mod we added. Yeah, you can end up anywhere. And so while this week, I was just, going through the crafting table, and I saw that you can make a timey-wimey device in Minecraft. I'm like, oh, what the fuck does this do? I had no idea what it did, and it didn't tell me what it did. So I made it, and I just go to Alex. I'm like, hey, look what I made. I don't know what it did, and then I activated it.
Bear in mind, I was like, la-di-da-di-da, I'm just feeding my dragon, just like minding my own business, putting stuff away in chests, and Bree's like, come look at this, Alex, and I'm like, oh no.
I didn't know what it did.
Can we also preface this by just, again, a little bit of context? Brianna is known in our Minecraft games for not being the best at taking care of pets.
Known pet murderer. She had an entire mausoleum dedicated to her.
We built a giant mausoleum in the sky dedicated to all of the pets that she had killed inadvertently.
Which you can actually see on a Minecraft on the 24-hour live stream that we did last time, because we went and did a tour of that. Sure, yeah. The mausoleum
of Brianna's pets.
Don't see how that would work audio friendly, but sure.
Yeah.
Here is the mausoleum. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pets. I'm making numbers up. There's probably not that many.
There was definitely
that many.
There was definitely 8.
Yeah.
It was enough that we had to stage a dog protest outside of the court that we made.
Yes.
A court in
that
which
I
we
made.
Charged Brianna for her crimes
charged me for
and executed her
we dropped
by
you in
dropping
lava.
her into lava.
We did. She built the court and she was the first defendant.
And then I installed a new judge. In that, I kidnapped a bear from the woods, dragged it in and called it Judge Pooh. With a H on the end, because we're not children.
So, with Brianna's murderous intent in mind, continue.
No! It wasn't a murderous intent. I had no idea what the timey-wimey detector would do. All it said in the crafting table was that it detects when angels are nearby. I'm like, okay. So I activate it, and it's like doing this like ticking noise, and then me and Alex just hear an explosion from upstairs. Like, it sounded like a bomb went off. I'm like, the fuck? And then we ran upstairs, and
Lauren has a chicken from what we had. Lauren had a chicken because we have this mod called chance cubes, and basically what they are, we saw them in a achievement hunter video, and we were like, oh, we need those. So you punch them and anything can happen. It's like loads of different things could happen. And Lauren got one where she got a golden chicken called Zeeth, was it? Zeeth, yeah. And turns out the timey-wimey detector blows chickens up.
Within a 30-mile radius or something, 30 feet radius,
30
something.
feet, something like that.
It's a big difference between 30 miles and 30 feet.
I didn't even know it could do that, Simon.
She can't read, so she can't count either.
I didn't think that if your chicken would blow up. So I go upstairs and I see Zeeth's dead. I'm like, oh, fuck. And so Alex, he's like, you're on your own. That was all you. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, okay, what do I do? And so I got
Bear in
another
mind, and I don't know if I admitted this, but I knew that could happen. Yeah, I knew that could happen.
Oh, Lauren's face.
But I didn't know what she had until she hit it. So I was like, what's that? And she went, watch. And then it just went boom. And I was like, oh, yeah. If you'd asked me, I would have told you. But I didn't know what it was until you hit it.
Now, Brie, did you do the good and honest thing and own up to the crime immediately?
Yes. But
Or
I'm okay. No.
Narrator.
no.
Keyword.
This was indeed
But-
false.
No. Okay. After I blew up Zeeth, I had the full intention to tell Lauren, but I didn't want to do it over text. I wanted to do it in person. And so I went about a few different avenues to try to one, tell her and kind of ease the blow, make it up to her.
Rewind 1 moment. Sorry, please, because I was there for this whole event. And you've missed the bit where you kidnapped a chicken until you got an egg that became a golden egg, named it Zeeth, incorrectly spelling it.
I spelled it wrong.
And put it in the pen to pretend it was the same chicken. And then guilt got the best of you.
Guilt did get the best of me. Okay.
So
But I was going to tell her.
no, my turn. Here I enter. After a week of returning to work, tutoring high school girls, I finally get back into the D&D, or not D&D, the Minecraft server for the first time in a while. Thinking, oh, I wonder what cool stuff they got up to while I was gone. Only for Brianna to walk up and tell me, hey, so, you know how you had a chicken? Then she proceeded to tell me what had happened. She did not tell me she had tried to replace the chicken at that point. So I go upstairs to my room, expecting to see an empty pen in the corner. And I see a chicken with a name tag that is so incorrectly spelt, it's laughable. So I killed it immediately and then put a sign on Brianna's door shaming her.
And then you killed Brianna.
Twice.
I did. Twice.
And
You just-
retribution is coming. I am underwear. I am aware.
Oh no.
Brianna is underwear. And I am overdue. Just to rewind a little bit. Brianna, what was it that you got me and Liam to do, however,
Okay.
to try and make up for this event?
To make up for this event, I'm like, okay, I need to get her something worth something of value in Minecraft, something that's hard to get to kind of make it up for her. So I'm like, I look in the crafting table and I'm like, okay, with a wither rose. So you need 4 nether stars.
Yes, I believe so.
You need 4 nether stars and a rose bush, and you get a wither rose, and it stops you from withering. But it's the fact that you have to kill 4 withers to make this. Is I was like, okay, maybe this will ease the blow. So I asked Alex and Liam to help me, kill some withers. They do.
Just kill some withers.
Just kill some withers. We have
Kill some
lightsabers.
withers.
Some very
Yeah.
difficult boss level enemies for anyone who doesn't know what a wither is.
Yeah, and I ended up expending a lot of Alex's wither skulls. So after I made the wither rose, I had to repay Alex for the wither skeleton or wither heads that he had. So I had
Yes,
to go
you
into
did.
the nether for an hour and a half and find more wither skulls.
Yeah. Just for context there, because I'm a little bastard, I made us fight all 3 withers at once.
Yeah,
Which
At the
was
same time.
amazing.
it was pretty
very
funny.
cinematic. And we survived, so it was
survived.
kind of cool. Dragon armor plus lightsabers is you're pretty much invincible.
Mhm.
Unless you're Liam when you go swimming underwater in a cave for some reason and just drown. For no apparent reason.
So I'm feeling like this segment is pretty much within a couple of weeks is probably going to be rebranded to what Brianna did in Minecraft this week that pissed everybody off.
It's likely. Yeah. Yeah, no, I have nothing else to say, Your Honor.
No arguments.
No. No.
So that was this week in Minecraft.
And that was this week in Minecraft. Moving on, because I feel like this is kind of popular right now, and I'm sure people listening to this in the future will also be wanting to know this. So what are people watching right now? It is the 7th of February, 2021. What are people watching right now? What's on TV that everyone's really enjoying? I think I know one, probably. But
Can I just say that there was something that me and Alex watched. We had a date night this week, a film that if you haven't seen it, I would thoroughly recommend it, called Knives Out.
Friends. Okay.
But I also feel like we killed, is it Christopher Plummer?
We didn't kill Christopher Plummer. You've got to stop saying this.
We watched it and then the next day he died. I feel like we're bad luck omens. And he plays a prominent role in the film.
Oh, we're never getting on Spotify with this.
At least not this episode.
We didn't kill Christopher Plummer. Christopher Plummer was a great actor and he was really great in the film. I don't know if anyone's seen Knives Out. But all I will say is it gave a whole new meaning to what donuts mean to me and the universe in general. Is all I can say.
And really. I will never see James Bond the same way ever again.
No. I did. No, the donut has a hole in the donut. Every week I'll be doing an impression.
For Anthony's very confused face. Is it Daniel Craig?
Yes.
Daniel Craig?
Yes, Daniel Craig.
Who is the current James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
He plays a Southern detective in that movie with an accent that is somehow both accurate and atrocious at the same time.
And I think it's meant to be that way, which is even more perfect.
Okay. That makes sense now.
Yeah. I guess each week I'll be doing an impression of someone we talk about.
Yeah.
It's the little things.
No, I've actually not seen Knives Out, but it's good then.
Oh,
Very
it's a
good.
fantastic
So
film.
good.
One of my favorite films. I've got to be honest and say it is one of my favorite films.
I recommend it for everyone. It's one of those films where it doesn't matter whether you like mysteries or you like comedy or, you know, if you don't like those categories, you will still enjoy it because it's a big mishmash of every different genre. And it's so good.
Yeah. Plus Chris Evans is in it. So, you know, it's Captain America, people.
He is. James Bond and Captain America in the same film.
Yeah.
Directed by Rian Johnson, who directed The Last Jedi. So I was surprised
Your
at
favorite
that.
Star Wars film.
Oh, yeah.
Not getting into that.
Nope.
Not today.
No.
Not enough time.
We don't have time.
Not enough time.
That's not a podcast. That's not
It's going to be a
podcast
full
topic.
podcast episode that no one will listen to.
And I will not be on that one. I demand not to be on that one.
So what's everyone else watching?
I think it's easy to say, but I'm going to say it. WandaVision.
I'm behind one episode.
You are, so we're not going to talk about
We're
spoilers.
not going to talk spoilers.
No.
No. I'm loving WandaVision at the moment. Just seeing the rise of Scarlet Witch for me is just exceptional. I absolutely adore it.
Mm-hmm. I liked this. I watched episode, was it 4? That was because 5 came out this week, yeah?
Yeah.
So episode 4, like when we actually see, like, got confirmation of where this takes in the cinematic universe, I absolutely enjoyed. Like, I was also solidifying how amazing Wanda is. Like, I fucking love this show. It's so good. Makes me miss Marvel movies, but also feels like a Marvel movie.
Yeah, it does. But it wouldn't work as a Marvel movie if you get...
No.
I don't think it'd work as a Marvel movie anyway.
Not at all. Not at all.
I think a lot of people were really apprehensive going into this show because of the way it was originally framed. And I saw a lot of people just really unhappy with the first few episodes because of the style of it. But as it's gone on through the weeks, I think most people can now agree that it's probably one of the best things Marvel has done in recent history. And that's saying something.
Truly. Truly.
Just
one
the
of the
writing,
best things.
the framing, the staging, it's all so impressive and works so well.
Yeah.
I
I think having a... Oh, sorry, go on.
No.
I was just going to say, I think having a studio audience for like at least the first 2 episodes, I'm not sure if they had one for episode 4 and 5, for 3 and 5, sorry, but for at least episodes 1 and 2, having an actual live studio audience really helped sell that kind of sitcom-y, 1950s, 1960s kind of feel, and I really loved it. And just the little hints that things weren't going quite to plan and weren't going quite right was just mwah.
It was, for me, it was the dedication to the time-specific methods. Like, if you look at the first episode, and it's supposed to be the 50s, and the practical effects, so when Wanda's in the kitchen and everything's kind of flying around, you can tell that they're trying to mimic the old thing on a string kind of effect. You know, when she throws the lobster out the window, it's a classic, this is on a string. You know, it doesn't look like it's CGI'd because that's stuff that you would get today. Everything is time period specific, and, you know, they didn't have to do that. No, but I think 100%. It adds authenticity to it. And the fact that they've built a different house set for every single episode, I mean, you know it's going to have a big budget because it's Marvel, but it's a lot of work and dedication to make sure that, and especially this being the first one that they're doing, this is it's very much like the Star Wars anthology films. You have to get them right, or the rest of the ones that are planned aren't going to succeed. And I think they've done a really good job just with the little details.
Yeah, as someone who grew up on classic sitcoms, stuff like that, watching I Love Lucy, Bewitched, Brady Bunch, all those, just seeing how accurately they're able to replicate all of the stylistic choices has been jaw-dropping. They do it so well, from, like you said, the different kinds of special effects to the clothing to the way they talk. It's stunning.
And this week's, I'm not going to spoil it, but this week's intro is especially brilliant. You'll know when you see it, Brie. It's just so good.
Oh God.
Yeah. This week's episode was my favorite one so far. So.
Yeah.
Really. You keep saying that about every single one, so it makes me
it's
so excited. No, it makes me so excited.
It's currently doing an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, it's doing an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's getting better and better and better as it goes along.
Oh God, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
What about you, Anthony? Have you watched anything this week that you enjoyed?
Other than Critical Role, not really.
You can talk about Critical Role.
Yeah. Is everyone caught up on the most recent episode?
I am.
Yeah.
May not want to get too spoilery though.
No, we won't get too spoilery.
We won't get to. I will say that I think for this campaign, I think that this is probably one of my favorite arcs that they've done. It's kind of pushed all of them to their limit, whether it's like thinking outside of the box, having to deal with just certain situations that they've been finding themselves in, especially with this arc. And it just seeing how they all have to deal with a face that they didn't think that they would see again. So it's and it could just be me. I don't know if you guys do this, but do you catch it, like if you're watching Critical Role, whether it's the first time watching it or rewatching it, do you catch yourselves wondering like what my character would do if I was in that situation for either campaign that we play in?
I haven't found myself doing that so much for sort of the characters I've played, but I have imagined myself sort of like playing in their game and being like, what choice would I make in this situation? And I mean, like, yeah.
I imagine, like, say if Caleb does something, I think, would I have done that if I was playing a wizard? If I was playing Caleb, or is there another spell I could have used? But not too often. But I do like this arc. It feels very much like, and having watched Talks Machina this week, which by the way is an hour of just Sam Riegel getting absolutely blasted.
Yes.
It is.
As he should. He's the abomination of the Pringles man right now.
Yes.
So.
That's one of many names they called him, yes.
One of many, many names. But to be fair to him, he took it like a champ. Liam said it's the first time, really, that they're not in control. They're not dictating what's happening next. And it's both exciting but also kind of scary because we saw the episode last that things could have gone very bad had they not made certain decisions and pulled certain things off. So it's exciting. It's very exciting right now.
I agree.
I think this arc is very harkens back to the Chroma Conclave arc of the first campaign they did, in that these characters who were powerful and dealing with everything that came into their path just suddenly had everything ripped away from them, and the stakes went up so much higher than they ever imagined it could be. And it's just kind of like that floor dropping out from under their feet kind of feeling of like, where do we go from here?
Because I think there were a lot of people who were, I mean, myself included, who were feeling that before this arc, that the combat-wise at least, that the story hadn't been very challenging for quite a while for them. Whereas this, especially not last episode, the episode before, boom, it just blew my mind at how absolutely dangerous their current location, Isle Cross, is right now, and it's just it just blows me away every time. And I think for me personally, I'd love to be able to get to a level of DM that Matt Mercer is, but I don't know if that will ever happen because
I've given up on that. It's
too god tier.
It's unobtainable. It's and he must have sold his soul or something to get to that level of talent, because
he's too pure for that.
It's just crazy how good he is.
Yeah, definitely. So to sort of close us out, as it were, we're just going to do a little bit of a check-in with people, and then we have what is going to be our weekly HOTI of the week.
Yeah, he said it right.
I really want to say HOTI so bad, but no, it's HOTI of the week, apparently. But first of all, just how is everyone this week? Is everyone good? How's everyone doing? They're all nodding for audio listeners. They're all nodding because this is a podcast, and thus we will nod.
Yeah. I'm having a good week. I had a very good date night in the middle of the week.
Who with? Who are you cheating on me with? Oh, it was me. Okay, that's all right.
But no, I'm doing good. It's been a good week, and I've been excited all week to get to this podcast and to see how chaotic it turned out. And so far, it's not letting me down.
No, I think we're keeping a good handle on things.
So, I'm doing okay. Earlier this week, it snowed a lot. So I wasn't happy about that.
It's the joints, isn't it? The cold hurts the joints.
Yes, it does. It does. I struggle. If I slip and fall, that's it for me.
That's it. Hip replacements are not cheap.
Do you have one of those dial assist thing, life alerts? Yeah, that's it.
No, I
need a life alert.
I need a life alert.
That's it. Just for the audience, this man is in his mid-30s. Mid-30s, and we rip him to shreds every day.
Let's see. And then the middle of the week was okay. The ending, so yesterday was a little emotional.
Oh, why?
Don't know what's happening with the character of mine.
Yeah. No, I feel it.
And then it snowed again today. So joy.
I like that you started off this "I'm fine" and then you've just gone and listed all the reasons why you're not okay. No, I feel you on the snow thing and the character thing. Like last night was just, I got so emotional after game. Like I was fine during game. I was fine until we logged off, and then I was just sat there going.
I was watching you compartmentalize over Zoom.
It was just like when it really came to me. Like I was trying to pick a character in a class, and I was just going, "Oh, I'll be a warlock." And I looked, and I was like, "I don't want to be a warlock." I was like, "I'll be an artificer." I want to be an artificer. But I finally settled on what I'm going to be. So I'm if I need to, I will very much enjoy this character. And I actually finished my backstory today, so I was very happy with that. I got it done in a day. But yeah, it's pretty. Yep, it's gonna be fun. If I have to play it, I hope I don't.
I think I'm still in like that denial phase because I I'll look at the list, like the class list, and none of them appeal to me. I'm just like, no, 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 no. And then I'm just like, no, they'll be fine. You know, they can ask Cassie's God to pop up again. Maybe that'll work. They can get us somewhere. We made a new friend. Maybe he can help. I don't know. But I've just been like, they should be fine. And then when I remembered that dream that I had 2 weeks ago, I was like, fuck.
Better get on that evil character then.
Yeah.
So how's everyone else doing?
Yes.
Well, I spend my days tutoring high schoolers in the world of COVID.
And that was Lauren. Bree, how are you? No, I'm joking.
It's fun. It's great, you know.
Narrator. She was lying.
Yeah, you can't hear it in my voice. And yesterday I broke a glass in my hand. Cut myself open. That was fun. Upsetting D&D session. I'm reading a really sad book right now. That's fun too. So yeah, this week's been great.
Well, I'm gonna go throw myself out of a window.
Oh man. I'm just your resident downer.
Okay. End us on and end this segment on a happy note.
Or else.
I'll open this window. I'll do it.
No. Okay. My week's been all right. Kind of a little bit nerve-wracking because me and my husband are actually looking for our own place now. We're kind of ready to, move out, start the next chapter of our lives, and start working towards starting our own family. And so that's been extremely stressful. But thank goodness, like D&D.
What were you going to say, Brie? D&D is less stressful?
That sounds like a challenge.
Oh, I was being sarcastic, Simon. I was doing all right. I was doing all right until my girlfriend died in D&D. But
yeah, her girlfriend, which is also my boyfriend.
Yeah, I am a person of many talents.
Mark has some ideas. Not rational
Mark being
ideas.
her D&D character.
Yes.
Mark being my D&D character.
Not an alter ego.
Yes. Mark has some ideas. My D&D character has some ideas. Hopefully we can get those two back. But I'm starting this podcast. It's fun. I've been alright.
Oh, this bodes well for the next however many months of this.
Yeah. From this session onwards, when there's only 3 people at a time, then there is less formality. There is going to be so much chaos. I can just feel it.
Yeah.
Especially when certain people are on together.
Yeah, there are going to be certain combinations. That's why we're doing it, I think, because week after week, it's going to be different. There's going to be a different energy. There's going to be different levels of chaos. And there's definitely certain combinations that, for the whole time, it is just going to be madness.
What combinations?
Yeah, who?
We'll just have to find out, won't we?
In 2 weeks, exactly.
Yeah. So...
yeah, that's looking like it's going to be an interesting one.
Oh, God.
Because right now, I feel like we're all being on our best behavior.
Yeah, I think we're
it's the
holding back a
first
bit.
one.
We're certainly holding back.
Watch just degenerate as time goes on.
If this is holding back, just
I know.
Yeah. What was it that we put in the bio? What was it? 6 friends brought together through the internet in one podcast that could tear them apart? Yeah. Wait for it, people.
It's coming.
Anthony's already got his foot out the door already. So.
One foot in the grave.
Yes.
Oh
And now I'm going to use that as a segue to go to HOTI of the Week.
Yay!
How this works. One person will be presenting.
No, actually, I think we decided otherwise, didn't we? because when it goes down to 3 people, didn't we say...
You're correct. You are correct, yeah.
For this week, it's just 1 person, because
this week it's just 1
6
person.
would be too much.
Yeah, this week it's just 1 person, but next week and moving forward, there will be 3 nominations for HOTI of the Week. And this is just human on the internet. I was going to count my fingers, but then I realized I only had 3. So...
You only have 3 things?
No, because I was saying it was going to be 3 people.
He's a lizard person, I knew it!
That explains so much.
Your blood. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
What? Did you say I want to lick your blood?
Yeah.
Drink your... Whoa.
He's a lizard. He doesn't have teeth. He probably does. Anyway, listen.
What lizards do you know that lick blood?
This is the crackhead energy I wish I'd had on the 24-hour live stream. No.
You did, it wore off.
It did.
Yeah.
About 30 minutes in. So, HOTI of the Week is going to be 3 people, and we nominate a person each for who is our human on the internet this week. However, just for sort of starters, we're going to sort of pitch, well, Simon's going to pitch his HOTI of the Week to us, and we have to decide whether they are a HOTI of the Week or not, while Brianna hiccups at us aggressively.
There is silence now.
Level of professionalism in this episode is unparalleled.
Is it me?
It's
Am I
you.
on?
Yes.
You're on.
Okay. I'm hopeful that you will agree that my nomination, she is a HOTI. She is a real HOTI. And she has become a bit of a viral sensation this week, certainly in the UK.
Oh, yes.
I'm talking about Jacki Weaver.
Jacki Weaver.
Now, bit of backstory here. Jacki Weaver has sprung to viral fame this week, and I have the clip prepared so we can all sit down and watch this together, and we'll have it on the screen as well. But she is part of what is known as a parish council. So in the town of Handforth in Cheshire, England, which has a population of about 6,200 people, they have a parish council, which is basically the lowest level of local government. And because of the pandemic, their usual meetings have to take place on Zoom. So these are all recorded and they're posted online, I believe, on their parish council website. So the council meeting from, I think it was actually from December, has gone viral this week because of how, I mean, it makes us look like angels. It makes us look like saints.
It really does. Bear in mind, this is like the lowest level of council. You've won me over already because I've seen the clip, but yeah, bear in mind, this is the lowest level of council.
It's literally councillors elected from the local community. Typically, they are mostly old people who hate young people. But yeah, just think of it as really the lowest of the low when it comes to politics. So I'm going to get the clip up, and we can all have a little discussion after we've seen it. So this is the clip, which has been uploaded to YouTube, and it's, like I said, it's gone viral. So this is the very beginning. I don't know how this is arranged. The meeting itself goes on for like an hour and a half. So this is like 3 minutes of the best clips.
It's the best. It's a super cut, isn't it?
Yeah, most of it happens at the very beginning of the meeting. So, and you know, we'll see. So let's go.
Hello again.
Hello again. I thought I wasn't going to get in then.
When do we plan to start?
I think we could start at any moment, Chairman. I think it's perhaps helpful just to go through the same things as we went through before, which is just to encourage people to switch off their microphones, because it does reduce the background.
Can we be assured that we won't be thrown out of the meeting like we were last time?
As long as we have reasonable behaviour from everyone, no one would be excluded from the meeting.
I was thrown out of the meeting. So was Councillor Birthill. So was Councillor
Rightly.
Burton.
Oh shit! There's
Please let the
Mrs. Weaver, please.
If you disrupt this meeting, I will have to remove you from it.
You can't.
It's only the chairman who can remove people from a meeting. You have no authority here, Jacki Weaver. No authority at all.
So high.
I don't know.
She's just kicked him out. Just a minute. No, she's kicked him out. Don't. She's kicked him out. Don't.
This is a meeting called by 2 councillors.
Illegally?
They now elect a chairman.
No, they can't because the vice chair's here. I take charge. Read the standing orders. Read them and understand them.
Where's the chairman?
Read the standing orders. It then reverts to me.
Where's the chairman gone?
I'd like to elect a chairman for this meeting.
You don't have to elect a chairman. There's a chairman already installed. The chairman of the council.
Councillor Burkle, we've been through this.
You don't. What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about.
Could I ask you to be respectful to Jackie Weaver, please?
Sorry.
Jacki Weaver, I find that the person on Alec Bruton's Zoom is being very disrespectful to everybody.
Oh, coming from you, from Birkenhead, that sounds good.
Did she remove him too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank God for that.
Can I propose John Smith, please?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Okay. My first point is to apologise to Jackie, but welcome to Handforth.
Indeed, it's nothing if not lively in Handforth.
Yes, but what I would say is that it was a very good example of bullying within Cheshire East and the environs.
The chairman simply declared himself clerk and notified everybody of the case, and the remaining members, quite correctly, have refused to recognise that that position. But as Councillor Smith says, I'm afraid there's no way of stopping him calling himself clerk. Okay. Please refer to me as Britney Spears from now on.
What the fuck?
There was
that missed the best bit though.
It did. There was some other bits that it missed out.
It sounded like freaking Gollum, that guy in the back who was screaming. He goes, at one point, it's so funny, so funny.
The guy who screams, "Read the standing orders," he ends up screaming more and more and more in the background. At one point, there is a toilet flush. At one point, there is a woman who hasn't muted herself and she's on the phone.
Yes.
It is just a sitcom of comedy. It's amazing, you know.
In the centre of it all lies Jacki Weaver.
Yeah, she stood standfast at the head of the abuse and just kicked the people who were being dicks.
It's amazing.
I will give my vote for Jacki Weaver as HOTI of the week.
I'll vote her. Well, who's the council? Who's the chairman?
You have no authority here, Jacki Weaver. The best thing is
bit. When he says that and then she immediately kicks him out. She's like, I am the Senate.
They've actually they've made merchandise. They've made a t-shirt that says, "You have no authority here, Jacki Weaver."
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
I just love that it's a group of salty old ladies and men.
It is.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Welcome
to
to
the purpose of the council.
Welcome to politics, I think you could just say.
True.
What's the purpose of that council?
I think they are parks and recreation.
Well, they're like these parish councils are in charge of really small towns. They have like limited powers to decide on like local decisions on how to spend money and whatnot. It's really not like a big thing, but obviously they bring out some of the most colourful characters.
I think Jacki Weaver for Prime Minister, if I'm honest. I'm starting the campaign right here, right now. Humans on the Internet sponsors Jacki Weaver. With all of our 109 subscribers.
116. I just
116 subscribers.
All those people who aren't watching us live right now subscribing.
Yeah. That's well, okay, 111 because there's 5 of us here. So, I think that about wraps it up for our first week. I was just thinking there, how are we going to show the part where we watched on the screen to an audio viewer, but we'll work that out.
Well, I mean, you can hear the meeting.
You can hear the commentary.
Yeah, you hear
True.
the commentary.
Very true. The commentary was us going, oh my god.
There doesn't always have to be a video clip as well. There can be a story, or it can just be a personality. It was just it was a well-timed thing that came up this week, so...
Yeah, awesome. So, next week, if I'm correct in thinking, we have Simon, Anthony, and Liam, who wasn't here this week. If all goes to plan, that'll be next Wednesday at 11 a.m. PST. So wherever that is, I believe 7 p.m. GMT. Or is it 6? No, it's 7.
7.
I got it right. I'm so close.
Someday these people learn to use a time zone calculator.
Someday, but today is not that day.
Google.
Today is not that day.
Can I just say really quick, this made me laugh like a week ago, and I think I told Lauren about it when we were first making like the schedule list, because it is Simon, Liam, and Anthony next week. So the three older ones of the group.
Most chill people in the group.
But they're also the 3 older ones, and then the next week would be me, Alex, and Lauren, which is the younger ones. I'm like, oh man, it's our version of like the lads and the gents, but I don't know what to call us.
I think we're the lads and the gents.
Lads and the gents.
If you watch Achievement Hunter, you get the reference. If you don't, you won't.
I don't.
That's why you're a gent.
Yep. And we're the laddies. It's ladies and lads together. I don't know. But before this spirals into any more chaos, thank you for everyone who watched, who listened, who subscribed. Please make sure to subscribe. It really will mean the world to us. You can support us through Twitter as well. We have our Twitter handle, which is, I believe, HOTI Pod.
At HOTI Podcast.
At HOTI Pod. Sorry, at HOTI. Is it at
it's
HOTI
on the
Podcast?
It's on the screen. It's on the overlay.
Ace,
so
then why am I saying this?
At
Agree,
HOTI
cut this out.
Podcast. No, because people might be listening at some point when we get it up onto an audio version.
So we do have a Twitter that you can support us at HOTI Podcast, and we really would appreciate it. You know, if you stick to us. I will get this ending right. I swear to fucking God.
The most professional first episode of a podcast that has ever existed.
Yeah,
I've listened to Conan. He's got nothing on us.
Does he speak about blood-sucking lizards?
Sometimes. Blood licking.
Blood licking, sorry.
No, title of the episode, Blood Licking Lizards.
Yes.
Second that.
Yes, I
second.
You have no authority here, Jacki Weaver. No one kick me. Thank you so much for watching, listening, wherever you are watching or listening this. Hopefully one day this will be on Spotify as well, and wherever else people go to listen to great podcasts or ones like this. And we will see you next Wednesday for a fun-filled, I imagine relaxing group of people as Simon, Anthony, and Liam discuss all things that are happening throughout the week, and of course nominate a new Hottie of the week. So we will see you next time. Thank you for watching,
listening,
and listening. Okay,
we're professional.
I'll do that again.
Should I cut that out?
No, can we just keep this all in one long one?
No, mother.
We need to be natural. We need to be transparent.
Bye. Give up. Fucking give up.
No, I think we should end it there. Bye.
Yeah.